Discussion on your topic, but those issues requiring a response will be responded to by the next city council meeting. You may begin.
My name is Jeff Schottler. I live at 22420 Calico Court, Farmington, Minnesota. Not sure after the last meeting if I'm considered a Farmington resident. The way you talked about municipal boundaries in our neighborhood and things like that, and only being one resident on the lawsuits. So I'm not sure where we stand over there. You know, if I'm actually a resident, if I have the same value as the other residents. But it leaves into some of the humor in the first two topics today. The Fair Housing Act. It is discriminating against the people that you want to, against the outer edges of Farmington, what you consider the wasteland. You're taking away from us to give to others. That's kind of ironic that came up today. Arbor Day, didn't think to say anything about it, but y'all are talking about trees and making it Arbor Day. You just cut down half the trees in our neighborhood with no intent or plan to put them back, and you're stripping everything off that golf course. That's a little ironic. So, big day for you guys today. Congratulations with your win up at the Met Council. I hope everything that was said was absorbed and not just the approval to move forward. There's serious concern with residential impact. There's serious water concerns on the proposed Farmington Technology Park that need to be addressed and evaluated with longevity and redundancy in mind. To place something this large and this close to homes is obscene and irresponsible. Yes, you did. You managed to meet all of Met Council's requirements. You checked all the boxes. You get to do some work. Now, you have a ton of work, a ton of unanswered questions, a ton of concerned citizens with real work to do. We've read thousands of emails between the city, tracked back and forth, whomever it is. The first and foremost deal was close the deal, and then it was residential concern. Now that you've gotten your permission and you get to move forward, you guys can go to track. We've read these emails. There hasn't been a serious ask of them to come back and work with the residents. The land is there. Move your spaces that are unoccupied to your 40-foot allowable, whatever the allowable MECI setbacks are. Give the people that live around it the other 210 feet. Add it to them. Ram it up to Highway 50. Ram it up to the Vermilion River. Ram it up to where people don't live. Put it up next to the solar field that's going in. Keep it away from your residents. It's gonna help all of you in the long term. It'll help all of us. And that's what you're here to do, is to try and help everybody in the community, not just some. We've seen a lot of changes since this has all started a year ago. We've had a new council member resign. We got a new temp council member. We got a new city attorney. We got a revised comp plan. A few other important changes. It's time to ask track to change. Come back. Review, redesign their PUD. You've accommodated them a ton. You've even let them build bigger buildings than they're supposed to be. You're giving them a ton of credit. You're working with them not knowing what they're taking, not knowing what they're gonna use, but you're accommodating it because you want the business. I think everybody in the room understands that. You also wanna live in a neighborhood with a neighborhood environment in a quality area like we do. The need for progression is there. You guys have done your work. You put a ton of work into it. Every place we go where we think we find a hidden gem to go talk to somebody, you guys have been there. Your tractor's been there. You're doing your work. All of you are. We're talking to everybody we can too. Not everybody says the same thing. Some people have a different view. I think it can go there, but I think you need to work with the people a little better. I think we need a little more room. This is the two lawsuits. I'm confident they'll get dismissed. It was our first step. That was proactive. That was proactive. You're gonna force us to be reactive at some point if it's that close to our homes. Your names are on this, they're attached to it. That's forever. It's all over there. It's gonna be attached forever. Do something to make it so people can live here. Put some guarantees for when all their wells dry up, that tract will help them out with it, or whoever the end user is. Do something that says that we're not gonna be cut down to water in once a week instead of once every other day. Do something that says you're gonna work with homeowners if the noise is, dang it, it's that loud, it's that bad that you can't stand it. Do some of that work now. I get you had to close a deal, you gotta make it happen, but there's a lot more work to be done, and I have an obligation as a parent and a duty to my friends and my neighbors and my neighborhood to come here and talk every chance I can, and to every person that I can. I know I look like a lunatic, I sound like an idiot, you guys are sick of seeing me. I have that duty as a parent. We're not leaving there. I'm gonna sit here and weather out this storm and see what happens and see how bad it gets. I don't want to be reactive, I'm trying to be proactive. I hope y'all can help all of us be proactive and continue to live in Farmington and be in Farmington residents, respecting and trusting your guidance and your directives. I'm gonna come in this week and ask you, you said we don't want city determining what happens with land and making rules and judgments for our land. I'm gonna come in this week, I'm gonna ask for a permit, a second asphalt driveway in my yard. Not gonna be issued it, I guarantee that. That's you saying what we can and can't do. You can tell tract what they can and can't do. You do have the power. You can tell every person in the city what they can and can't do. You can tell them too. We're residents, we live here. The Olsons don't even live here anymore. I get respecting their legacy and letting them move on and letting them retire. But you got a lot of other people that are still here that live a legacy and that want to retire and that want to be Farmington residents. I plan on staying here when I retire. I don't plan on cashing out and moving out of town. So you'll hear from me forever until we get something that's decent. Thank you for your time.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
Nate Ryan, Cambrian Way. Mayor and council, I find it particularly interesting that, again, you guys don't even understand what you're doing. So you just did a proclamation for fair housing. In Minnesota, we have 11 protected classes, not 7. You only listed off 7. So you just said the other protected classes in Minnesota, are they not protected in Farmington from fair housing? Receipt of public assistance, is that not a protected class that's here? And the reason that I'm bringing that up and being poignant about it is because you don't even understand what you did when you as a council trusted an attorney or trusted advisors to tell you what to say. You were literally just a puppet. You just read what people told you to say without realizing that there's other protected classes in the state of Minnesota. You were literally just a puppet. That's all you were. And the exact same thing was said when this rezoning came to place. You trusted people. You trusted people who made you a puppet. You trusted Deanna. Deanna went and got talking points for you. Ask Track, get us talking points. From the very get-go, from the very beginning of this project, when it first came through, the only thing that I talked about and the only thing that I really say well today is the rezoning should have never happened. They told you it could. You believed them. The mayor brought talking points to each of you council members. You believed him because he was getting them from someone else. You're putting $1 billion company and what they bring to the table over the rights of what your citizens have and want. That's what you're doing. You're choosing to rezone something. The mayor said, well, we can't, you don't want government telling what you can do with your property. The government isn't telling you, or the Olsons, what they can do with their property. Government told the Olsons, or they came to government back in the early 2000s and said, hey, we would like to build homes on our property. That's what we would like. That is our exit plan. That's our retirement plan, is we want to bring a developer and we want to have them build homes there. They came to government and government said, okay, yes, here, there's a plan. And then they decided that that wasn't the best option for them, or the market decided for them. Whoever decided, they had to come to government again, and government said yes, again, at the detriment of everyone else that grew up around them. Homes grew up around them. Families, kids, children grew up around them. And government does not even take that, don't even take that in a factor. You took an oath when you took this office. You took an oath not to protect $1 billion company. You took an oath to protect citizens of Farmington. You didn't take an oath to be a puppet of what these people tell you to say. You took an oath to protect all of us. You took an oath to protect my family. You are not protecting my family. I can get into all of the legal things, right? I can get in and talk about legal strategy, and we can talk about all those things, but at the end of the day, your job is to protect the residents of Farmington, not a billion-dollar company from Colorado. And frankly, not a mom and pop that just want to retire. What they do with their land is their choice. Protecting us from their choices is your job and was your job, and you failed miserably. When we back up, right? So I had a call with Kristen Dean, and I said, hey, come on, we're this far. Your response was, you're 1,200 feet away. You're not even going to be impacted. How would she know that I'm not going to be impacted? But yet someone 250 feet is definitely going to be impacted. Well, that 1,250 feet or that length or that far away, I am going to be impacted. We have property rights that say that right now we look at woods, I'm going to be looking at a building that sits 25 feet above the top tree, the top line of the tree line. We have property rights. We have those rights. You should have protected those rights as elected officials. That's your job. It's what you get elected to do. And darn it, it's what you ran on, Jake. It's what you ran on, Mayor. You made those oaths. And what's even crazier is, Mr. Mayor, you've made that oath more than once in your life. And you don't take it seriously? You don't care to protect Americans? You don't care to protect citizens of Farmington? But you sure as shit care about a $1 billion company in Colorado because they're going to make you more tax dollars. If you really want to get behind this project, come with a proclamation that says, hey, when these two projects are done, because remember, we're not just getting one data center, we're getting two. We are going to lower taxes if you live in a $500,000 house, or a $250,000 house, whatever. Most of them are $300 to $500 in Farmington. We're going to lower taxes by $2,000, right? Why can't you do that? But you're not doing that. If you get that tax money, you're just going to spend it. On what? Maybe we can get those fancy police those cameras for their guns. Every time they pull it out, there's a camera. The cops wanted them 5-10 years ago. Maybe we can get those.
I'll have you wrap it up. Your time's expired.
Government can tell me that my time's expired. Government can sit here and tell me that, but you can't defend me. You can sit here and say, your time's expired, sir. Sir, move on. Because we care about you. We're going to show you how much we care. We're going to tell you to shut up. I brought my kids here tonight because I want them to see how you react. I want them to watch and see. And I want to show them exactly what a terrible council you all are, especially you, Mr. Mayor. You're not protecting them. You're not protecting my family. That's what government should do.
Your time has expired, Nate.
That's what you should do, and you're not. And our only option is to wait out, just like I'm doing now, is to wait out so that we can get you through enough money in your lawsuit where the League of Minnesota Cities says, guys, we gotta white flag it up here. That's all we can do. That's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. That's how you choose to serve the public. It's terrible. Except for Steve.
Anyone else wishing to speak?